Hello everyone, it is Plazi, and today I'm going to be re-reviewing a G303 from Logitech. Oh fuck, G305 from Logitech. I reviewed this originally back in 2020, which was 2 years ago, in around December I think, and I loved it at that time. And I decided I want to test if it still lives up to what I think is modern standards for a gaming mouse, and I definitely think it does. You don't get the fucking crazy ass 60 gram. You could go Final Mouse like 40 grams or some shit, or I was like a fingertip mouse that's like 30 to 20 grams. But otherwise, this is a very like good start off for people who want to go into wireless mice. And yeah, it feels like an eggshell on the sides, so your fingers will pretty much grip to it pretty well. There's not really a chance that you could slip out of it. And for grip wise, I fingertip this fine. You could do a claw really well, especially aggressive claws. You go for a Stewie 2K where your palm is resting right about here at the edge of your palm, and you just grip over like that. Maybe go even further back if you want, so your wrist doesn't have any contact with the mouse pad. And this is very comfortable on the mouse as well. And so you could pop out the back. For those of you who don't know, you could pop out the back here by just pushing like away, pop it off, and you'll see it has a AA battery inside. You guys are probably gonna say, well, it uses a battery, so it's not that great, is it? It's like, it's actually fine. You really don't notice it unless you're someone who tends to just pick up their mouse for some reason, other than like readjusting. But like, if you're gonna readjust yourself, you're not going to notice it that much. You're not going to notice that there's a battery inside that much. There is a mod though where there's two mods that I know of. One of which I use is where you take a AAA battery and tin foil, like aluminum foil, and you just put it inside where the AA is supposed to be, and that makes it the weight of a G Pro, just a normal G Pro wireless. Or you could just take off the pump and even go like take a it's like a capsule to make a AAA battery the size of a AA, which isn't too bad. So, you can make your own G Pro wireless here. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints about the mouse. It has a better scroll wheel than Zowie. Here's the clicks. Logitech has honestly the most perfect clicks I've ever heard in my life. You get 6 mouse feet. There's 3 on the bottom here, 1 by the sensor, 2 at the top. You get the on and off switch here, DPI switch over here. You also get an indicator. This shows if your mouse is dying or if it's on, right? The battery lasts for days, by the way. You also get a cable with an adapter and the USB. I use the adapter so I could make it as fast as possible. Yeah. I forgot to turn off the mouse for like the first 2 days. Like, turn the power off of the mouse for the first 2 days of owning it, and it was like, oh shit, is it gonna die? And no, it was not even close to dying. It was like 90% battery. So that's a big W in my opinion. Big dubs. Yeah, so who would I recommend this to? People who have smaller hands like me. I have a 15 by 10 hand size, and this fits just fine. You could probably go bigger maybe to like 17 by 10, I'd say. Let's see, who else would I recommend it to? I would recommend it to people who travel a lot and they like to game when they travel. People who are using this for personal use. People who are just going into the wireless mouse market and want something to give them like a start off, like an introduction to wireless mice. This would be amazing. Or you could even go for its competitor, slightly more expensive, the Razer Orochi V2. Yeah, so I bought this for about $60 in Canadian price. I think it's 40 to 50 in American. Yeah, so it still lives up to 2022 and seeable future. This is definitely for a good budget setup, I think. And it's hard to hate this mouse. I feel like this fits. This is something that suits almost all hands. So yeah, you cannot palm this, but that's alright. Otherwise, that's really it. It has, yeah, that's really all I gotta tell. And I recommend it to people who are looking for a wireless mouse that's cheap, lasts you ages. You could mod yourself. This is something that a lot of people use to make mice like my mouse here wireless. So yeah, recommend it to everyone. That's your boy Plazzy, and now I'm gonna go. See ya.